class 11th chemistry unit 8 redox reaction, and in this video we will discuss about oxidation number. First of all, what is oxidation number? Oxidation number of an element in a compound is a residual charge ascertained according to a set of rules formulated on the basis that electron pair in a covalent bond belongs entirely to more electronegative element. And this is the general formula by which we can find out residual charge, which will be equal to oxidation number. And this is equal to number of valence electron in free atom minus number of electrons as per electron negativity consideration in molecule or compound or in ion. Okay. For example, we will consider three molecules H2, H2O and BeH2. And in this we will find out the oxidation number of hydrogen by using above formula. When hydrogen is free atom, it contains one valence electron. Okay. Now, in these molecules, how many electrons we can calculate on the basis of electronegativity consideration? Let us see. This is a one bonded pair of electron in H2, and both hydrogen atoms has the same electronegativity. So these electrons are equally counted with each hydrogen atom. Okay. So in free atom, one hydrogen atom, and as per the electronegativity consideration, number of electron is also 1. So 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So we can say oxidation number of each hydrogen atom in H2 is 0. Now in H2O, as we know, oxygen is more electronegative. So this bonded pair of electron is counted with oxygen, and this is also counted with this oxygen. Okay. So in this way, there is no electron with this hydrogen and no electron with this hydrogen as per the electronegativity consideration. So oxidation number of each hydrogen atom in water is 1 minus 0 is equal to 1. Now in BeH2, hydrogen is more electronegative than beryllium. So this bonded pair of electron is counted with the hydrogen, and this bonded pair of electron is also counted with the hydrogen. In this way, we can say each hydrogen atom has 2 electrons in this molecule. So oxidation number of each hydrogen atom in BeH2 is 1 minus 2 is equal to minus 1. Okay. But it is not always possible to remember or make out easily in a compound or ion which element is more electronegative than other. Therefore, a set of rules has been formulated to determine the oxidation number of an element in a compound or ion. If two or more than two atoms of an element are present in a molecule or ion, such as Na2H2O3 or Cr2O7 2-, the oxidation number of the atom of that element will then be average of the oxidation number of all the atoms of that element. Okay. If more than one atom is present, one atom of the same element is present in a molecule or ion, then we will take the average of the oxidation number. Okay. Now we will discuss the rules for the calculation of oxidation number. In elements in the free state, each atom bears an oxidation number of 0. For example, each atom in H2, O2, Cl2, O3, P4, S8, Na, Mg, Al has the oxidation number 0. For monoatomic ion, that is ion in which only one atom is present, the oxidation number is equal to the charge on the ion. For example, Na plus, one positive charge is there, so oxidation number is plus 1. Mg2 plus, two positive charge is there, so oxidation number is plus 2. Fe3 plus, three positive charge is there, so oxidation number of iron is plus 3. Cl minus ion, one negative charge is present, so oxidation number of chlorine in Cl minus is minus 1. Oxide ion O2 minus, charge is 2 negative, so oxidation number of oxygen in oxide ion is minus 2. Okay. In their compounds of alkali metals, have oxidation number of +1, and all alkaline earth metals have an oxidation number of +2. Simply we can say alkali metals means group 1 elements and alkaline earth metal means group 2 elements. If these elements are present in their compound, the oxidation number of alkali metal will be considered as +1 in the compounds, and oxidation number of alkaline earth metals will be +2 in their compounds. Aluminium is regarded to have an oxidation number of +3 in all its compounds. The oxidation number of oxygen in most compound is -2, but there are some exceptions of this. First one is compounds of oxygen in which oxygen atoms are directly linked to each other. In peroxides like H2O2, hydrogen peroxide, this is the structural formula of H2O2, and these oxygen atoms are directly linked to each other. Na2O2, sodium peroxide, again see oxygen atoms are directly linked to each other. In these, that is in peroxides, each oxygen atom is assigned an oxidation number of -1. And in superoxides like KO2, potassium superoxide, this is the formula. Rubidium superoxide, RbO2, each oxygen atom is assigned an oxidation number of -1/2. When oxygen is bonded to fluorine, then that compounds or molecules are known as the fluorides, not oxides. Okay. For example, oxygen difluoride, OF2, oxidation number of oxygen is +2, and in dioxygen difluoride, O2F2, the oxygen is assigned an oxidation number +1. Okay. Again, summarize. Generally, oxidation number of oxygen is -2, but in case of peroxides, oxidation number of oxygen is -1. In superoxide, oxidation number of oxygen is -1/2. In case of OF2, oxidation number of oxygen is +2. In O2F2, oxidation number of oxygen is +1. Okay. The oxidation number of hydrogen is +1 in most of its compound. But again, there is an exception, except when it is bonded to metals. When it is bonded to metals, then these compounds are known as metal hydrides, and which are binary compounds. Binary compound means compounds containing two elements. For example, in LiH, lithium hydride, NaH, sodium hydride, CaH2, calcium hydride, the oxidation number of hydrogen is -1. In all its compounds, fluorine has an oxidation number of -1. Fluorine is the most electronegative element in the periodic table. So in all its compound, its oxidation number is always -1. But other halogens like Cl, Br and I, they also have an oxidation number of -1, but they also have the positive oxidation numbers in their oxides or in their oxoacids. Okay. The algebraic sum of the oxidation number of all the atoms in a compound must be 0. Okay, now we will take our example. Like if we consider sodium sulfate, Na2SO3. Okay, now in this, if you want to find out the oxidation number of sulfur, then how can we find out? There are two sodium atoms are there. Okay, and each sodium has oxidation number +1 because sodium belongs to the first group of periodic table. Plus oxidation number of sulfur is X. Okay, plus 4 atoms of oxygen and each having -2 oxidation number, and according to this rule, the sum of the oxidation number of all the atoms in a compound is equal to 0. Find out the value of X. So X will come to how much it will come? That is +2 and -8 -6, and that it will go to this side, then we can say this is +6. Okay. In polyatomic ion, the algebraic sum of all the oxidation number of atoms of the ion must equal to the charge on the ion. Okay. For example, sum of oxidation number of 3 oxygen atoms and 1 carbon atom in the carbonate ion, that is CO32- must equal -2. Again, by using this rule, we can find out the oxidation number of carbon in carbonate ion. Okay, suppose this is X. There are 3 atoms of oxygen. Oxidation number of each oxygen atom is -2. Okay, and sum of all these oxidation number is equal to -2. So x, and this is -6 equal to -2. So we can say x is equal to +4. Oxidation number of carbon in carbonate ion is +4. Yes. The metallic elements have positive oxidation number and non-metallic elements have positive or negative oxidation number. The atoms of transition element means actually they belong to the D block element. Okay, usually display several positive oxidation states. That is, more than one oxidation states are shown by the transition elements in their compounds. The highest oxidation number of a representative element. Now, what is representative element? Elements belong to group 1 and group 2 and group 13 to 18. These are the representative elements. Is the group number for the first two groups and the group number -10 for the other groups. Thus, the highest value of oxidation number exhibited by an atom of an element generally increases across the period in the periodic table. Now, let us see the oxidation number of third period element in their compound. The highest value of oxidation number changes from 1 to 7. See, these are the third period elements: sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, and chlorine. And in this, these are the compounds. And highest oxidation number or highest oxidation state of the group element. In case of sodium, this is +1 in NaCl. Magnesium, this is +2 in MgSO4. Aluminium, +3 in AlF3. +4 in +4 for Si in SiCl4. +5 phosphorus in P4O10. For sulfur, this is +6 in SF6. And for chlorine, this is +7 in HClO4. Yeah, this is increases from left to right. Now, on the basis of this oxidation number, now we can define what is oxidation and what is a reduction. So, oxidation and reduction in terms of change in oxidation number. Now, first come to the oxidation. This is an increase in the oxidation number of the element in the given substance. If oxidation number of any element is increases in the given substance, then we can say that substance is oxidized. Okay. Now, what is reduction? A decrease in the oxidation number of the element in the given substance. Or as we know, the substance which is reduced is known as oxidizing agent, and the substance which is oxidized, that is called reducing agent. Then again, how can we define this oxidizing agent and reducing agent in terms of change in oxidation number? So first come to the oxidizing agent. A reagent which can increase the oxidation number of an element in a given substance. Okay, it means it increases the oxidation number of other element and its oxidation number decreases. This is oxidizing agent, and these reagents are also called as oxidants. Reducing agent, a reagent which lowers the oxidation number of an element in a given substance. It lowers the oxidation number of other elements and its oxidation number will increase because it undergo oxidation. This is reducing agent, and these reagents are also called as a reductant. And we already discussed that oxidation and reduction taking place simultaneously, so these are known as redox reaction. Then how can we define the redox reaction in terms of change in oxidation number? Redox reaction, reactions which involve change in oxidation number. Either increase, that change means increases and decreases. Both will taking place simultaneously. Such reactions are known as redox reaction. Okay. Thank you. Subscribe my channel to get the new video from this chapter.